Bam. The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to a new XRP video. Minus 1.40% in red right now. But that's okay. Like everything is a little bit in red, getting some maybe some of that pullback going down. So we're gonna see if the pullback actually is gonna come. So you can see here on the weekly chart that we are still above the this is actually yesterday's news, but we have closed above the red line, 20 moving average on the weekly chart. But today we are still we're still holding above it. So even though we are going down, we have actually been down all the way down to 0.84. But even though we are going down, we are still above the 20 moving average over here. But there is still like 7 days left. What's gonna happen here? So that's not actually interesting. The interesting part is what's happening on the small time frames. So let's make my face smaller, charts bigger, and zoom in on the daily and see what's happening up here. So first thing first, we're gonna remove all of this and see that we are right now fighting to get above the 10 and 20 moving average on the daily chart. Actually, we are fighting to just stay above the 10 moving average. Yesterday we managed to close above the 10 moving average, but today we are having some kind of pullback. I'm not gonna say whether we're gonna drop down or below, but it is very important to actually manage to close above the 10 moving average. Like that's like the first resistance you have on the way up. So if you cannot close above the 10 moving average, like what are you even doing in crypto? Like we gotta get up, we gotta get above the 10 moving average to continue higher up. Also the 20 moving average will be actually the big resistance. So once we are above 20 moving average, like everything will be nice and dandy, but right now we are not quite there yet. Let's just bring my lines back. So you can see here, let's before we actually do that, let's go to the 4 hourly and see how we are doing on 4 hourly. And on 4 hourly, technically we are climbing the averages. Okay, so the first thing first, we managed on the down here to actually get above the 10 and 20 moving average, 20 being very important on the 4 hourly time frame. This line over here, the red line, being very important. But not only that, we managed, we went up over here and tried to get above the 50 moving average, and then got above 50, got a big wick up to the 100, and right now we're getting like some kind of retracement back to the 50 moving average, maybe some kind of retest or something like that. So that might be it. But on just by looking at the moving averages, everything looks like this, and this is actually just climbing towards the upside. So there is no actually big there's no big problem right over here. Let's bring back the lines. Let's remove the moving averages and see how this looks at. Let's go down to the 4 hourly, and what we actually want to do technically to be very bullish, because we have talked about that yesterday. So we want to get above this line here. That's the 0.92 line. We want to get above this this line over here, 0.92. We want to, because that will create something called higher high, right? This some kind of high, and then we get a higher high, and those two together, they bullish sentiment, bullish momentum. That's what we want to see. Right now I think we are already having a higher low. So this is low, higher low, higher low. So we are going upwards. We just need because this is high and this is lower high, so we need some kind of higher high, higher high and higher lows to create this momentum to the upside. So it's gonna come, but it looks like it's just taking time. Just by looking on moving averages, everything looks like it should. There are some very nice lines here, but it's really hard to figure out some kind of pattern out of this over here. So I've been trying to do it, and like right now I just given up. So there is no pattern, but there are some really nice lines. First of all, there is some kind of support lines down here that is really nice. It goes something like this between these 3 wicks. So what's happening over here? It's there was some kind of hit on the wicks over here. These are not actually perfect, but you take what you want. But I like it. I like that this M pattern here, this bottoming pattern over here, this wick out top is actually getting hit, and then it's getting hit here, and right now on the way down, if you go down, like the first support I will be looking at is this line over here, and that's something at right now. This is the 4 hourly, so it's finishing at 4. Oh, this just closed. Actually, just closed. We can see if this is a bullish or bearish 4 hourly close now in this video, but I would be looking at something like 0.86 if we go down with the wick or something like that, because this line is pretty decent to holding the support. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. There is another one on 1 hourly line that might actually work out, and it starts somewhere around here. Yeah, this line over here. So we can just remove this for a second, and you can see here these bottoms here was used as support, broke the support, was used as resistance, broke the resistance. support, support, and right now we are breaking support. So we are going zigzag above this line, but it's still very nice trend line on the 1 hourly chart, and you can see here that we are actually breaking on the bottom side. Now this 1 hourly very nice trend line is creating actually a head and shoulders pattern that's right now playing out. So if this plays out, first time I'm going to show you the head and shoulders pattern. It goes something like this over here. The head is a little bit where you're gonna put the head, but you know, and shoulder, and right now it's playing out. So this is already the complete pattern. Right now we broke down. You know, the target technically should be from the top of the head down to the neckline, and you know, you extrapolate that from the breakout, and target should be at around 81. But I don't think we should be counting this wick over here, because it doesn't work out that nicely as the close does work. And you know, in tech analysis we do whatever fits us, you know, to make some nice lines. And if you pull this to the breakout, you can see here really nicely, it's like on the line, it goes all the way down exactly to this trend line that we broke. You can see the trend line right over here. So once we broke it, so maybe we are getting some kind of retest down to the line because of the head and shoulders, but it is 1 hourly head and shoulders. Will this actually play out or not? Like that, that's the best kind of pattern I can pick out of this, because I was looking actually for some kind of triangle, some kind of this, that, but this triangle played out, you know, and stuff like that. So which is actually correct or not, I'm not quite sure. So will we actually manage to, because if we go with the head and shoulders all the way down to the support line, that means that the 4 hourly trend line is invalidated. Like we gotta break this. We gotta break this to get to this line, right? So you know, which one is gonna hold, which one is not gonna hold, it kind of depends. But I'm not that bearish. Like this is my worst case scenario. It's only if we start breaking 0.83 that I'm gonna start panicking or something like that. You know, that will be bad. But as long as we just go down here, like there is no problem, like no problem, paradise. Okay, so 84, something like that, this level down here, no problem, because right now we are just climbing towards the upside. Technically we just looking like on this small dip where might be some kind of support that we might actually hold. And you can also hear that this actually technically right now it looks nice, because you got high and a higher high and a higher high, and you got low and higher low in this small pattern up here, right? So technically it looks nice. Technically it looks nice. There is no problem in paradise. Maybe some kind of a rising wedge over here falling. Let me see just right now. No, it looks more like a channel than a rising wedge, like a channel. So let's bring it back, the moving averages, but the worst case scenario on the 4 hourly, actually I would be starting worrying if you got below the 20 moving average, because on the 4 hourly you don't technically want to go below 20 moving average. We have just managed to get above the 20 moving average. You don't want to go below 20 moving average, because that's been a very nice resistance for a long time. Now that you're above it, if you start going back below it, that's gonna be bad. So to me, the head and shoulders pattern looks like it might be invalidated already now, and this might actually be a much better line, this 4 hourly trend line that's going over right over here. It might be a lot better line. So I think if you go down maybe only just the 86 or something like that, the worst case scenario, we go back down to 20 moving average. But overall, like right now we are in an uptrend. We got some kind of targets up here, 92, 98, 105. Let's put these targets up here so you can see them nice. 98, and then here's 105, something like that. So these are targets on the way up. When is this gonna happen? It's kind of hard to tell, because everything depends on Bitcoin, and you know, Bitcoin usually after big dumps, Bitcoin goes first and then alts pick up afterwards when it starts consolidating. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. If you want to check out next video, check out the link down below for a technical analysis course, if you want to, you know, crash course, if you want to learn the technical analysis. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching my videos. Anyways guys, see you around. Bye bye.